This boy had bullied his classmates in elementary school, but he got what he deserved. Once his actions were made public, everyone began bullying him in return. As he moved on to higher grades, those who knew him spread the word about Jack's past, and soon, Jack was isolated once again. Every time Jack walked through a crowd, he felt that everyone was talking about him. Jack had no friends and struggled to communicate with others. To him, everyone seemed like a cross. Because he had once bullied others, he was now facing his own retribution. Jack thought that only death could free him from everything. Then one day, Jack had an epiphany. He decided to atone for all his wrongs with his own life. He marked the day of his suicide on the calendar. Before that day arrived, he quit his part-time job, sold his most beloved comic books, and gathered all the money he had. While his mother was sleeping, Jack placed the money beside her pillow. After doing everything, Jack went to the bridge. He looked at the water below and imagined jumping. For the first time, he felt a sense of release. But as he stood on the bridge, preparing to jump, he suddenly heard the sound of fireworks. It reminded him of something he still needed to do. He had never apologized to Mary, the girl he had once bullied. But Mary had long transferred to another school. Jack had kept track of her, so he knew which school and class she was in, though he was too afraid to face her. This time, he finally gathered enough courage. He walked over and tapped Mary's shoulder. He asked if she remembered him, the boy who had bullied her in 6th grade. Jack had hurt her countless times, and now, he only wanted to offer an apology. Mary wanted to respond with a smile, but she was still afraid. She immediately turned and ran away. Jack quickly chased after her. To prove his sincerity, Jack took out the communication book he had once thrown into the water. Although years had passed, he regretted his actions deeply. Jack had even learned sign language out of guilt. Now, he was kind and gentle. Mary hadn't reacted yet, but Jack continued to express his goodwill. He used sign language to ask if they could still be friends. But in the next moment, Jack regretted it. He slapped himself, feeling unworthy of asking such a question, considering what he had done to her. Jack ran off, and with that, his final wish was fulfilled. He could leave without any burdens now. During dinner, Jack's mother noticed something was off. Smiling, she took out the money Jack had saved up. The total amount matched exactly the cost of the hearing aid compensation for Mary. Jack's mother, the closest person to him, knew what he was thinking. She began to ask Jack why he wanted to end his life, testing him. Jack couldn't respond. His mother realized she had guessed right. She had noticed strange things. Jack's room had been unusually clean, his phone couldn't be reached, and there was a strange calendar with pages torn off after April. With a lighter, his mother pointed it at the money. If Jack truly wanted to commit suicide, she would burn the money he had worked hard for. Jack watched his mother panic, and for the first time, he saw her like this. In the past, his mother had been willing to tear off her own earrings for him, but now, he knew he shouldn't hurt her because of his own issues. Jack decided to give up his plan. His mother then asked him to explain what he was giving up. Jack told her he would give up the idea of suicide. Only then did his mother relax. But in her panic, she accidentally set the money on fire. To both Jack and his mother, money had become the least important thing. Now, Jack only wanted to know what he should do next. If he couldn't use his death to atone, what could he do for Mary? Jack had observed Mary for a long time. He knew she fed the fish by the river every Tuesday. Jack wanted to join her, but he didn't know how to approach her, so he hesitated. This thought had been on his mind for a long time, but he hadn't figured it out. On Monday after school, as Jack was struggling with what to do the next day, he suddenly saw a classmate being bullied at the school gate. The bullies were shouting at him and trying to force him to lend his bicycle. The classmate kept pleading for help. Jack hesitated but then walked over. He swapped his own bicycle for the bullied students. Without his bike, Jack couldn't go to the bridge. He thought that maybe this was fate. He wasn't meant to find Mary. While walking along the road, a coupon from a bakery floated by his feet. Jack saw this as another